welcome to this webinar. This is number 4 in our series that we've started. We're very excited to talk to you today about another very relevant topic in terms of what we call productivity tools. So today we want to really unpack and look at how to be more effective and efficient as a professional using productivity mastery and AI tools to really help you get the most of your time, the most out of everything that you do. Today we're going to look at everyday tools that we use and the importance to upskill and stay updated to assist you with your productivity. We're going to really focus on some of the mainstream tools. So as part of our ChartGO offering, we really have a nice suite available from Microsoft, from Google, and of course the AI assistants that's integrated into all these tools as well. Now, I want to kick us off by just quickly doing a refresh from our last webinar that we did. The last one, we reflected a bit on the 2025 outcomes and trends that we noticed. So just a couple of things here. 2.9 million minutes of learning that we've noticed on our platform over 2025, over the calendar year. 125,000 users, just about 104,000 completions of courses, giving us an 81.3% overall completion rate for the last 12 months. Now, I want to remind you about ChartGO. In 2026, you're going to hear a lot about this ChartGO initiative that we are really making sure we're giving you a learning ecosystem to make sure we streamline the process for you to have a platform, to have content, to have HR support, and really let us think as an integral part of your team, not just a provider and to you and seeing you as a client, but actually playing a very integral part in making sure we set out your learning journeys and learning plans moving forward. So today, I'm not going to tell you about ChartGO. I'm going to show you a video to give you a bit of an overview on what is ChartGO. Let's take a look at this.
Your team has incredible potential. But turning that potential into performance, that takes more than content. It takes structured journeys, social learning, and real accountability. ChartGO brings it all together so your people can grow faster, perform better, and stay future ready. We're not just an LMS. We're not just a content library. ChartGO is a complete learning ecosystem built specifically for small and mid-sized businesses. Over 750 ready-to-launch courses spanning leadership, compliance, soft skills, and productivity tools. Custom learning paths designed with you, not for you. We sit down, understand your team's needs, and build structured journeys with clear start dates, milestones, and outcomes. Expert partnership at a fraction of traditional costs. Think of us as your L&D business partner, guiding you from skills gap to real implementation. Here's the difference. We don't just deliver formal learning. We integrate social learning. Peer cohorts where teams share best practices, reflect together, and learn from each other's real experiences. We build in accountability by tracking progress, celebrating wins, and focusing on what matters most: actual behavior change. Because completing a course is one thing. Applying it to drive results, that's where transformation happens. The result? Increased productivity, stronger employee retention, true business continuity. This isn't about checking boxes. It's about creating an intentional learning culture where your people connect theory to practice, teams grow together, and learning drives your organizational strategy forward. ChartGO. One solution, unlimited potential. Ready to unlock your team's full potential? Let's build your learning journey together.
All right, so today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be looking at some specific content we have available in this ChartGO solution that we call productivity tools. Now, that is just, I guess, a very simple and easy way to summarize quite a detailed area that is in the ChartGO solution. Here I talk about the Microsoft suite of tools. I talk about Google Workspace solutions. I talk about AI fluency. I talk about ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini to help you with your productivity. Now, it's critical here that you can use these tools to save you time, to brainstorm, to come up with good concepts. And so often I have had clients tell me when they prepare for like a board meeting, for example, or a very important meeting with a senior team, they say, I spent 2 days designing my PowerPoint and it looked fantastic. But when I was in the meeting, I realized I should have spent that time thinking about strategic outcomes, thinking about questions that they will ask me, thinking about almost preempting this meeting and thinking about how I'm going to answer the questions, because I was so focused on the technical element of designing the PowerPoint that I actually wasn't ready and prepared for answering the questions to the best of my ability. So that is where these tools can really help you and enhance your productivity, and how we see it play an integral part in your learning journey. Now, let's start at the very beginning. So our course library here is in partnership with Bigger Brains and covers the entire Microsoft suite and Google Workspace and Gemini tools. The courses are created by experts with 15 years plus experience in their field. All the courses are mobile friendly and accessible on any device. All courses features what we call the teacher-learner style. So it's 2 people on screen, and this learning, sometimes people feel very comfortable as it replicates a classroom environment for the end user watching this in a digital format. Now, a nice thing to notice about these tools, this content about the productivity tools that we have from Bigger Brains, is that there is already subtitle translations available for 29 various languages. So when you start up a course, you can simply by the click of a button go and say, I would like to see the Spanish subtitles on screen with this course. So the course will still be ran in English, but your subtitles will appear in the selected language that's available. Now, a question I often get is, why is it important for me to upskill? Whether I am Generation Z or a baby boomer or anywhere in between, what is the relevance for me to upskill? Why should I care about improving my skills? I know Microsoft 50-60%, surely that's good enough. Well, folks, I think you'll agree with me that things are moving so fast that all these tools are constantly evolving and changing and getting updates in terms of their ability to address certain issues that sometimes still needed manual intervention. Now, why should you continue to upskill? Well, it's what I like to call you unlock your workday superpowers. So if you upskill yourself in these tools, you will stop fighting the software and start collaborating with it. You've ever had an experience of seeing people who would complain about this new software and the challenges they have? Think about it as, how can I better collaborate with the software? That is the difference between doing everything manually and having a brilliant assistant sitting next to you 24/7. So really shifting your mind, shifting your thinking as well, how you collaborate with these tools. So here we talk about, reducing digital fatigue, which we've all, I'm sure, experienced in one way or another in the last 24 months. Reclaiming your time. So making sure that you use your time effectively. As my example with the PowerPoint, don't design your PowerPoint for a very senior meeting. Use that time to actually prepare for and preempt what is going to be the key messages to deliver in that presentation. Think of how you can take that task that's so time consuming. How can some of these tools help me to summarize that, to get that ready, to sort out the tables, to already get all the elements for me ready in a way that I need the information or data? Elevate your output. So move from what I call good enough to excellent. So use AI to polish your writing, do your design, to help you make sure that you are the professional that you want to be in the workplace. Now, another way to think of it is, well, that's great for my job and my role, but what about my career? Surely there's no impact in my career. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the tools are changing every month, if not every week. If you commit to continuous learning, you aren't just keeping up. You are positioning yourself as a professional who can leverage the latest tech to solve business problems faster than anyone else. So there's actually a career impact here for you as well, where you could get a competitive advantage with the knowledge of using AI. You know, one of the key things that emerged from a study from Harvard University, where people were concerned about AI and replacing jobs. The key outcome of this lengthy survey was that humans with AI will replace those without AI. So it's very important for you to upskill and ensure you stay relevant and in demand in the future. Agility and adaptability, proficiency in these ecosystems mean that you can jump into any project anywhere and add value immediately. You're not a passenger or someone just watching what's happening. You can actually jump in, add value. And then, of course, as you master these tools, you spend less time on data entry and more on strategy and problem solving, the skills that gets you promoted. So it goes from doing the work to be more strategic and thinking with the data rather than sitting and working that painstaking hours with the data. Now, what we've done is, just because there's a lot of content available, we've tried to highlight and extract the popular, what we call the bundles, or I guess you can say the umbrellas that we have available for you. Now, as when we roll out the ChartGO initiative for you, this is part of our preparation. We say, let's sit with you as a HR business partner. Let's evaluate what are the key skills gaps you identified. Let's make sure we create the correct learning journeys for whether it is for individuals or departments in your group. Let's make sure we create a learning plan for the next 6 or 12 months. Let's make sure that everything is in place and we think about it all the way to the end, not just as a let's just get going type solution, but actually a well thought out solution that's going to add real value. Now, you can see on screen currently we have Microsoft Essentials. This includes the core productivity features in Microsoft Office, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all those regular ones. Then, of course, there we have the Microsoft Complete. Now, this is courses on everything that's Microsoft 365. Here we talk about elements such as Microsoft Project, OneNote, Visio, Sway, OneDrive, Viva, SharePoint, Power BI, which is becoming a very, very popular topic at the moment. Business technology, there we talk about a comprehensive content on Office 365, ChatGPT, Adobe Acrobat, Google Workspace, Gmail, QuickBooks, Salesforce. So again, that whole business and technology in business to run my business more efficient, thinking about anything I do in my business, how can the technology help me? And then, of course, the business essentials. So these are often very powerful for smaller businesses, where we talk about essential topics: leadership, time management, diversity and inclusion, data literacy, again, AI essentials, and fluency and cybersecurity, to mention a few. Then we also have very much the focus on the AI upskilling. So why is this important? Now, AI fluency and business essentials. You can see that's one bucket we have available, where we talk about Copilot in the Microsoft space. We talk about data privacy. We talk about what is generative AI? What should I be aware of? Intro to prompts. You know, when we talk about prompting, garbage in, garbage out. So a bad prompt leads to bad results. So how do I learn more about prompts? And then, of course, thinking about the legal and ethical concerns, which for some businesses, I think is a big question mark at the moment regarding AI. Then Microsoft Copilot tools. So here we talk about Copilot for Excel, Outlook, PowerPoint, Word, and of course Copilot itself, how to use the tool. Then ChatGPT, essentials there of the tool. What do we use it for? When is the best times to use it? Again, how do you prompt? And then Google Gemini, where we talk about some of the essentials of Google Gemini. Now, as you can see here, a lot of content. Again, at ChartGO, we don't just want to talk about content, we talk about the platform, content, and then the fact that we work with you hand in hand to set up these learning journeys for your teams to make sure whatever the skills gaps identified and required to get your team to be better and improve, that we address all of those with a custom learning journey. Now, I want to show you also, because one of the questions I often get is people say, this sounds great. You spoke about the learner-teacher style that's almost simulating a kind of a classroom environment. But what does it look like? Where can I see what it looks like? And of course, you can get a trial and a pilot with us to have a look at that and unpack it in more detail. But what I did, I extracted a 2-minute video just to give you, and I took the Google Gemini course as such. That was launched now recently. So I thought, let's extract a piece and show you what this will look like when you're busy going through the online content as one component of ChartGO. So let me show you.
Gemini is Google's AI assistant. But what sets it apart is how deeply it integrates with the entire Google ecosystem, like Gmail, Docs, Drive, Calendar, all your Google tools. Plus, it has some unique capabilities other AI tools don't offer.
Like what? Most AI assistants seem pretty similar to me.
Well, Gemini has the largest context window of any mainstream AI, up to 2 million tokens. That means it can process and analyze massive amounts of information at once. It's also truly multimodal, handling text, images, audio, and video natively. And it has real-time Google search integration built in from the ground up.
Wait, 2 million tokens? How much information is that?
Well, roughly 1.5 million words, or 3,000 pages, which is hundreds of documents.
And you mentioned multimodal capabilities. What does that mean practically?
So Gemini can natively process multiple types of input. You can upload an image and ask it to analyze what's in it, describe it, even extract text from it. You can upload a video and ask questions about the content. You can provide audio and have it transcribed and analyzed.
So it's not just text-focused like some AI tools?
Correct. While tools like Claude are excellent at text and coding, but can't generate images, Gemini handles text, images, audio, and video both as input and output. It can generate images and even create videos.
All right, so there you can see there's a sneak peek and a sample for you of just what the course content will actually look like. And of course, there's some material in there that you can, like work material you can download. There's quizzes, there's applications, there's ideas, there's thinking, and a lot of structure behind it, where we like to also build onto that to say, where we prompt you to think about peer-to-peer discussions. We have the option to include coaching as another element, where we think about how do we make sure we use this tools and this content in our business moving forward. What are the key things we can really implement to get the maximum result out of it? So that, ladies and gentlemen, is really what we wanted to touch on today. And a very important thing when we talk AI for us is the fact that, when we work with your team and when we create these learning paths, that people understand, do not see this as a shortcut. There's a big difference between efficiency and actually saving time versus taking a shortcut. So don't prompt AI to give me a report that I sent to an executive, but I haven't actually fact-checked or proofed it in any way. You're setting yourself up for failure if you do that. So part of our discussion with your team is also to make them aware of that, to say, when you use AI, make sure that you actually validate the information and data. It's just a tool like any other tool. you still need to put in the effort and the work to make sure that everything is correct and factual. So don't see it as a shortcut. It is a tool to enhance your productivity, yes, and use it as such. So when we work with your team, very important that we help your people, not just to train them, but transform the organization. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this webinar. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you at the next one. And coming up in the next couple of weeks, we're also going to give you a glimpse of a setup of the ChartGO platform. So what does it look like? What is the options I have available? Is there white labeling involved? All of those questions we will answer in one of our future sessions as well.